When the legends die, the dreams end, there is no more greatness. In the shadowy corners of ancient Rome's turbulent history, few figures are as shrouded in myth and awe as Maximinus Thrax, the towering barbarian who rose from obscurity to claim the imperial throne. Known as a giant among men both in stature and reputation, Maximinus's life has left historians, storytellers, and skeptics wondering where the truth ends and the legend begins. Maximinus Thrax was born around 173 AD in the rugged borderlands of Thrace, a region known for producing fierce warriors. From a young age, he was known for his extraordinary size and strength. Ancient writers tell us he stood over 8 feet tall, a figure so striking it's hard to believe. Imagine a man who towered over the legions of Rome, whose very presence seemed to shift the air, leaving those who beheld him wondering if they were looking at a man or a force of nature. Legends say his journey to fame began in a way that seems lifted from the pages of an epic. The story goes that one day, as a young man, he approached Emperor Septimius Severus himself and challenged Rome's strongest soldiers to feats of strength. In contest after contest, wrestling match after wrestling match, he bested them all, astounding the emperor and his court. Severus was so impressed that he invited Maximinus into the ranks of the Roman army, and it was here, among hardened warriors, that the Thracian giant's legend began to take root. As a soldier, Maximinus was as relentless as he was imposing, rising swiftly through the ranks. His strength was so celebrated that stories began to circulate of his near-superhuman abilities on the battlefield. They said he could crush an enemy's helmet with his bare hands, that he needed more food and drink than any 10 men combined, and that no enemy could stand before him. Yet, as with all legends, these tales raise questions. Did Maximinus truly perform such feats, or was his story inflated by Roman writers to turn him into a larger-than-life figure? Regardless of the truth, Maximinus's reputation continued to grow. In 235 AD, after Emperor Alexander Severus was assassinated by his own soldiers, Maximinus was declared emperor by the troops. It was the first time a common soldier, a man of humble, non-Roman origins, ascended to the throne. He was a soldier's emperor, a leader from among the ranks who understood the life of a warrior and had earned the loyalty of his legions. But with that loyalty came a dangerous ambition, and Maximinus's reign was marred by ruthless campaigns and brutal suppression of his enemies. As emperor, he proved to be as fearsome a ruler as he was a soldier. He expanded Rome's frontiers, launching a relentless campaign against the Germanic tribes. Maximinus pushed deep into enemy lands, defeating tribes that had harassed the empire for generations. And yet in Rome itself, his brutality and lack of noble lineage earned him the scorn of the Senate and the patrician class, who saw him as an uncivilized barbarian with no place on the imperial throne. The end of Maximinus's story is as dramatic as his rise. In 238 AD, facing rebellion from both the Senate and other factions within the empire, he marched on Rome, determined to secure his rule. But he would never reach the city. His soldiers, weary of his ruthlessness and brutal demands, turned against him. As he lay in his tent, plotting his next move, a group of his own men stormed in and killed him, bringing an end to his brief but unforgettable reign. The story of Thrax has become a blend of myth and history. Some say he was a giant who could shatter bones with his bare hands. Others argue he was merely a man of exceptional strength whose story grew with each retelling. Was he truly over 8 feet tall, or was that just a metaphor for his towering ambition and ferocity? Was he a ruthless tyrant, or simply a soldier who understood nothing but war? We may never know the full truth of Maximinus Thrax, but perhaps that is what makes his tale endure. He stands as both a warning and a legend of power, strength, and the thin line between man and myth. His story reminds us that sometimes history is not only about the facts, but also about the stories we choose to remember and the legends that inspire us to imagine the extraordinary.